How's it going, everybody? Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I've got a question for y'all. So what happens when you buy things out of impulse because you see potential in everything and you have an extra $300 kicking around that you probably should spend on something else, but nevertheless you are addicted to Facebook Marketplace? You end up with more projects. So let's get everything out of the garage, get it laid out, and show you guys what I found. Alright, y'all, now that I got it all laid out here, let's see my $300 haul. So there isn't one complete bike here. It's actually maybe half and a parts bike. So what we got here is one 1989 KX80, a 92 KX 125, and the frame and some spare parts off of another 92 KX 125. Tank is still in, there we go, still in great shape, but we got 2 air boxes, a couple junk tires with some rims. All the spokes look good. All the radiators are crap. You can see they're all distorted, and this one, all the fins are bent. This one, the fins aren't as bent, but it's still all bent up. So one of these 125s that was here blew up. Let's see if I can put this down. The crank, completely junk. That's no good. We got some exhaust over here. That's the factory one off of the KX80. We have an FMF silencer, a Pro Circuit silencer. We got 2 Pro Circuit pipes. Got a bunch, or a couple of triple clamps, and then we have 1 carburetor, a couple hand guards, and 2 engine cases. This one is a little more complete than that one. That one I'm suspecting was the broken crank, because it doesn't have the crank in it, and this one still does. Take the jug off. This crank is no up and down, a little side to side. All this stuff came in boxes, guys. Like, I think the transmission is all still together in this one. I don't think he tore into that. The water pump failed at some point. There's some silicone there. On this side, flywheel's gone, stator's gone. The swing arm for that 125. Got all the plastics for the 125. So this is the 89 KX80, and the bottom end seems to be complete, and there's like no play in the crank. So I imagine this one was a top end job, but tore all apart. Engine shut off. Tires are all junk. It does have a decent set of Pro taper bars, so there's a come up. And then the thing that I was absolutely most interested in was the it's a roller for 92 KX 125. The swing arm bushings are completely gone, or I'm sorry, swing arm bearings are completely gone. No wiring harness at all, so that's fun. Looks like some of the engine stays are there, and another set of 92 chocks and forks, and then an absolute mess of nuts, bolts, gears, levers, everything. It's just, what the hell am I getting myself into? As if I needed more projects. So the story goes, I was cruising around on Facebook Marketplace, as one does, and I had an extra $300, and this came up in North Carolina, which was about an hour and a half away from where I currently live. So I hit the guy up. I didn't hear from him for a week. I was like, all right, well, he probably not interested in selling it or anything like that, or he's got other people interested, what have you. So I just gave up. Heard from him a week later, and he said, yep, come get it. Take the whole lot, 300 bucks, it's yours. So I cruised on over to his place, and he was nowhere to be found, but his dad, or his stepdad, and his mom was there. So just loaded it all in the back of the wife's dually, give him $300, and now I have just the mess. So there is pretty good news in all of this. I may be able to save one of the cases, primarily this one. I gotta get a new crank, just for peace of mind, of course. This one, I don't know what he was thinking, because that hole right there, I think he was trying to split the cases, and in the process just wind up damaging them. I can see if I can get these cases fixed, maybe a good spare, or sell. The drain plug hole is all kinds of wonked out. Alright, well, shit. But this one appears to be in decent-ish shape. Maybe. So, I might see about trying to save this one. The jug, it might be alright. I might have to send it out. Obviously I'm missing a bunch of parts on this. Got the factory key and carb. Don't know if this is any good. Haven't tore into any of this stuff. This is literally the first time I've laid any of this out. The pipes, they're all dinged up. But what I'm thinking is I may be able to sell most of this stuff, like all of the KX80 and the parts off of the second KX 125, like the frame, and get all $300 of my money back plus some. Of course, some of this stuff really isn't in the best of shape, but if somebody needed a swing arm or a complete frame or plastics or anything like that, then that bottom end on that KX80 is good to go. As far as a complete unit, of course, they would have to go through it, make sure everything was still okay. But the airbox on that, the parts for the 89s are kind of hard to find, so that would make somebody a really good parts unit. So I fully believe that I can get all $300 of my money back, but I want to keep that. Well, once upon a time, I had a 1986 KX 125, and I absolutely loved that. I've been wanting a dirt bike ever since, much like four-wheelers and three-wheelers and stuff, but I really wanted to get back on a dirt bike, and for $300, maybe less, if I sell all this stuff, I fully believe that I can rebuild. So the frame is straight. There's nothing wrong with the frame. Rear shock looks to be blown out. Probably forks are done. Tires, they've got some meat on them, but I've used tires. Your safest bet is just to get a new set of tires. But the frame and everything is all there, and I'm going to put the plastics and stuff on the bike just to see what it looked like before this kid tore it down. So just for shits and giggles, let's see what it looked like once upon a time. All right, so I got all the plastics and the motor just kind of sitting in the bike right now, but I want to correct myself on this. It does look like somebody painted it. There's a bunch of overspray, and they completely missed some spots, so factory paint on that is non-existent. Somebody resprayed it, but not too terribly ugly. It actually doesn't look too bad in my opinion. Of course she's rough, don't get me wrong. It's gonna take a lot of work to get this thing back up to snuff. I just kind of put all the best parts I had on there, and they're just kind of like all the plastics are just kind of sitting in place. The tank is just sitting there. The motor, or the engine and transmission, are just kind of sitting on the frame and stuff like that. Airbox is just in there, but it doesn't look too terrible. Obviously the seat is really wore out. I hate how it droops that much. Somebody's used and abused this bike for sure. But if you guys tuned into the Warrior video, you guys know that if I take my time and do it right, this thing will be right back up to snuff, just like the Warrior. And I've been dying to get back on a dirt bike, so $300 or less, because I know I can sell good parts off of that, and maybe get the cases fixed and sell those. The tank and the airbox and the frame and the swing arm, I can sell all of that stuff and put it towards this. This is going to be more or less a budget build. Not looking to go stupid crazy with this thing on price wise, like I did the Warrior, but it's there. See, this is my problem, is I have a vision in my head, and I see the potential in everything. And the only way for us guys that don't have a whole lot of money to have nice things is to take junk and make it nice. So that's the way I'm looking at it. Oh, I forgot to put the handguards on. So that's more or less what the bike looked like when that kid tore it apart. And like I said, this thing is going to take a lot of work to get back up to snuff, but I am afraid of no project, big or small, and I'm itching to get back on a dirt bike, so I think this is my best bet. I know it being a 92, parts are going to be hard to come by for this thing, but I really think I can make some things work with it and have a nice bike in the end. So let me know what you guys think. Did I just waste $300, or am I going to be able to make some money on it and throw it back into this old machine? Let me know in the comments below if you guys are excited about or interested in any of the other builds that I have, be the Warrior, the Wolverine, anything like that. Please let me know in the comments below, and yeah, let's get started on the KX 125. Catch you guys later.